the program and you saw the names of the other sessions, you're thinking, I got the short straw and I have the boring topic, right? Hustling with health sounds a little bit like I'm going to be, talking about going to the gym or eating your veggies. I'm not going to talk about that this morning. I'm going to be talking about, though, how do you hustle in a way that's going to help you instead of a way that's going to harm you. I want to kind of just lay some foundation because we've got a lot of really cool things planned for today, a lot of great speakers and activities, and I'm afraid if I don't kind of tell you some things up front, you might miss out on the rest of the conference. You've already seen today that our definition of hustle is to act or work effectively with energetic activity, and I just want to break that down a little bit more this morning. So we've given you a booklet in your bag. I heard some bags rustling. That's awesome, okay? So we've given you a booklet in your bag. We've given you a pen so that you can take some notes this morning. Because leaders or learners, leaders or note takers, let's go old school and take some good old pen and paper notes this morning. So grab those out of your booklets. You can use those all throughout the day. That'll give you something to take home with you as you head back to the school. So hustling with health, I want to give you a few points that you can write down. So if you're writing this down, here's the first point, and if you're not writing this down, here's the first point. Okay? See what I did there? So write it down. Write it down, students. Alright, we're going to jump right in. Hustling with health this morning. Alright, here's number one. Here's number one. It's going to be up on the screen. Healthy hustle is not about being busy, but about being better. Healthy hustle is not about being busy, but about being better. Once upon a time in our society, when you ask someone, how are you, the standard response was, I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. Fine. Today, when you ask people, how are you, one of the most common responses is, I'm busy. How you doing? I'm busy. Can you go to the movies on Friday night? No, I'm busy. Can you go to the game on Saturday? Nah, I'm kind of busy. You may even ask someone, hey, babe, can we hang out like sometime, like maybe in 2019? No, I'm pretty sure we'll be busy that year. Right? It's almost like we wear our busyness as a badge of honor. Like we're proud of it. Because we're just so busy. Like we're the people who are so busy that we eat Hot Pockets for dinner. Right? Because they take like 90 seconds. You ever had a Hot Pocket? It takes 90 seconds. Because we're so busy. And then we're the people who are so busy that we burn our mouths on the cheese in the Hot Pockets because we can't wait the extra 30 seconds for the Hot Pocket to cool off before we eat it. Like we're that busy. Between school and work and family and friends and all of our clubs and sports and Snapchat and Netflix. We're just busy. Can anybody relate? Got a lot going on. But here's what I want you to get up front, guys. Listen. Busyness is not the same thing as hustle. Please do not equate the two. Because activity is not necessarily accomplishment. Just because you're doing something doesn't mean you're being very productive. It's sort of like a rocking chair. You ever been in a rocking chair? Maybe your grandma's house, your Cracker Barrel, wherever you go to sit in a rocking chair. Right. If you're in a rocking chair, like you're doing something, it keeps you busy, but you don't really go anywhere. And if we're not careful, our busyness will kind of be the same way. So when we say to hustle today, when we say to act or work effectively with energetic activity, we're not just saying to be busy. We're saying to become better at whatever area it is you're hustling in, whether it's your academics, your relationships, your hobbies. So if hustling with health is about being better, not just being busy, I wouldn't ask you a question like, how many AP classes are you taking? Alright? I would ask you, what are you actually learning in the AP classes you're taking? Okay? I wouldn't ask you how many clubs and organizations you have on your resume. I would ask you, do you actually enjoy being part of those groups and organizations? I wouldn't ask you how many service hours you've logged in this year. I would ask you how you've actually made a difference in the world while you're volunteering. I wouldn't ask you how many followers and friends you have on social media, I'd ask you how many face-to-face conversations you've had lately. Okay? Because it's not about just being busy, it's about being better. Does someone any toes there? AP classes? Friends? If not, don't worry, it's early. We've still got plenty of time, I think really for some of us, busyness can become an obsession. It can almost even be an addiction. Like, it's almost like a drug that way, like it kind of reels us in and gives us a high at first, but then it kind of leaves us feeling numb in the end. And listen, I'm not saying that busyness is bad. I'm just saying it's not automatically good. Because you can do nothing wrong and still do nothing right. You see, I've come to a point in my life where I just said I want to be better than busy. I've been called a busy person. I've been called, capable. I think that the latest buzzword in the leadership world is high capacity. You're a high capacity leader. That means you can do a lot of stuff at one time and work for long hours. And those things kind of, sound nice. You're high capacity, you're capable. Those are all nice things, sort of. But they're not the same as maybe being kind and generous and joyful. And I want to be those things too. So I don't want to just be busy, I want to be better. So that's point number one. Healthy hustle is not about being busy, but about being better. Here's the second thing I want you to get today as we jump in to this conference. Healthy hustle is not about doing everything, but doing something. Healthy hustle is not about doing everything, but doing something. Now for some of you that's good news today, students and teachers, because what this is saying is, look, you don't need to do everything. It means that you need to be doing the stuff that you were meant to do. Mark Twain said that the two greatest days of your life are the day that you're born and the day you find out why. You got to find your why. Why are you here? Why do you exist? I think those are important questions because I think when you find your why in life, you'll find your way in life. You got to find your something. You got to find what you were meant to do. And when you do find your something, what's really cool is you'll want to hustle. You'll want to act and work with energetic activity. Mother Teresa was asked one time by some admirers how she kind of discovered what she was going to do with her life, how she made a difference. Y'all know who Mother Teresa is? Mother Teresa was a nun who went to Calcutta, India. And she helped so many children. She helped adults. She helped a lot of people with leprosy and other diseases. I mean, she did so much the Catholic Church made her a nun. Not only a nun, but also made her a saint. Like that's when you get saint status. You've done something pretty awesome. Okay. So people ask Mother Teresa, how do we figure out what we're going to do? And her answer was simply 4 words. It was this: find your own Calcutta. Find your own Calcutta. Find your something. Find what you were meant to do. Now, I wish today I had a magic formula to give you to find your Calcutta. I wish I had a little cool app or something like that to make it really easy to figure out what your something is, to figure out what your Calcutta is. I don't. I honestly think sometimes we find our something, we find our Calcutta through trial and error. I can remember when I was your age, at one point early in high school, I thought I wanted to be an engineer. And so I got accepted to this program in South Alabama where I would go once a week and meet with other students and engineering professors. And it was a lot of fun, except for the engineering part. I couldn't get into it. So I scratched, okay, that's obviously not my something. Then I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. And I'll be honest, the reason why I thought I wanted to be a lawyer is because I thought maybe I could make a lot of money. It wasn't because I thought I would love it or anything like that. I just thought maybe I could make money and wear some expensive clothes and drive an expensive car. Okay, so the summer between my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college, I got a job at a local firm and I was kind of a runner. And it was a good job, 40 hours a week. It wasn't hard, but I hated it. I just didn't like it. I just kind of dreaded going there. But I'm so glad that I had that job I didn't really love because it taught me that I never wanted to do a job that I didn't love. It didn't matter how much money I made. If I didn't love it, I didn't want to do it day in and day out. So I really started trying to find my something, and that's where I landed in education. I changed my major, and I was an English and history major with secondary education and started finding my something that I knew I would love. Okay? I don't wear expensive clothes, I don't drive an expensive car. I think my outfit today is a hodgepodge of like Old Navy and H&M. And I drove a 2007 Honda CR-V. But you know what? I go to bed happy and I wake up happy. Okay? Guys, life's too short not to do what you love. Okay? So you got to figure out what's your something. Sometimes, like I said, for me it was just kind of trial and error in some ways. I love doing things like this conference. I'm passionate about this conference. When Mr. Minton hired me to come to Theodore in August, he asked if I was going to do this conference. I was like, no, I mean, it's the first year I'm here. I'll just be getting to know people, and and then I came back to him a couple months later. I was like, hey, I think I'm going to do that conference. And he laughed. He's like, yeah, I knew you would. Because he knows I love it. I'm passionate about it. And when you're passionate about something, no one has to prod you to do it. It's part of my something. It's part of my Calcutta. And guys, when you find your something, the hustle comes naturally, I think. No one has to make you do it, or beg you to do it, or even pay you to do it. I think some people aren't hustling in life because they're chasing the wrong something. I think some people are even chasing somebody else's Calcutta. Take our speakers today, okay? So we got two amazing speakers. Jeff Roberts, that owns Yellowhammer Coffee, y'all. Jeff loves coffee. I can't tell you how many times I've heard Jeff talk about coffee. Before he even owned Yellowhammer, he got invited to parties just to make the coffee. He loves it. Me? I don't even drink coffee. Like, I don't like it. Like, it's not my thing. Okay? Natalie, the Lord you're going to hear from, she works with the Department of Corrections. She does a lot with prison systems in Louisiana. I can remember I went to our local youth prison here, Strickland, a couple of times to do ministry, and I was like, okay, this world is not for me. I can't do this, okay? But you know what I found out about Natalie? When I stalked her Instagram a little bit, and here's what she said. Sorry, that's what we do now. In her bio, you know what it says in her little bio on Instagram? It says, I love what I get to do. Because she's found her something. Students, life is too short to not do something that you love. And my last word of advice, if that doesn't work out for you, maybe watch a Disney movie. I had a good friend last year, true story. She was trying to decide what to do with her life, and she came to my office one day and said, I'm quitting my job. I know what I'm supposed to do. I was like, that's awesome. How did you come to this life-changing revelation to quit your job? And she said, I watched Moana. 37-year-old, true story. It's like, Moana, like the kids' movie? Moana? She's like, yeah. She's like, and I've not seen it. She tells me all about it. So there you go. There's a word of advice. Maybe if you need some help, maybe watch Moana. That might work for you. So here's the good news. I think you can find your something. Okay? Now the bad news is that then you have to be very intentional about spending your time in your something, spending your time in Calcutta, because other things are going to vie for your attention. If you're not careful, you can devote a lot of yourself to kind of everything and very little of yourself on your something, which means that sometimes you have to say no to some good things. You really need a not to-do list as much as you need a to-do list. Okay, and sometimes saying no is hard, right? Because saying no doesn't sound fun. I mean, yes, it's fun. It's sparkly and like printed on tote bags and stuff. Like, yes, it's but no is like, you saw somebody walk in a shirt that said no. I mean, nobody wants to sit next to that bundle of fun, right? I mean, so it just doesn't sound fun. But sometimes we need to be able to say no. So on the count of three, we're going to practice in case you need help saying no. On the count of three, let's just all say no together. 1, 2, 3. Good job. So you got to say no to everything so that you can say yes to your something. Okay? And don't get me wrong here, guys. Listen, there's every job you have, every responsibility you have, there's always going to be some stuff you don't love. I don't love going to get the oil changed in my car. I don't love lunch duty. I'm going to get out of it today, though, because of the conference. So that's kind of fun. So listen, those things that I don't love make up a very small percentage of my time. Okay? So number one, healthy hustle is not about being busy, but being better. Number two, healthy hustle is not about doing everything, but doing something. Actually, before I got to move to number three, before I get to number three, let me stop for a minute, because I might have made an incorrect assumption. I kind of assumed that you were even in the category of doing something or doing everything, and there's really a third option that you could be in today, and and that's the category of doing nothing. So let's just say this. If you're in the category of doing nothing right now, I've got a 4-letter word for you. Might get in trouble for saying it. Okay? Work. That's the word. Work. Okay? So if you're not doing anything, if you're doing nothing, just you get up off the couch, change out of your sweatpants, and get to work. Okay? So some of you, if you've been in the nothing category, you may have been saying no too much. Maybe you need to start saying yes. So just in case anyone needs some practice, on the count of 3, let's practice saying yes. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Yes. All right. Now everybody's had some practice, regardless of what category you fall into. All right. Let's move on to number 3. Here's number 3. Write this down. Healthy hustle is not about achieving quantity, but about achieving quality. Healthy hustle is not about achieving quantity, but achieving quality. We're the culture of more. We like more stuff, more money, more muscle. But more is not necessarily always better. Sort of like the difference between the Golden Corral and Ruth's Chris. Go with me here for a minute. Go with me here. Now, the Golden Corral, you can get pizza, Chinese food, gummy bears. I mean, you can get a million things. And I don't want to offend anyone if your family owns Golden Corral, but they're known for their quantity more than their quality. Now, you go to somewhere like Ruth's Chris, I mean, they're known for one main thing, their steak. And you're going to pay a pretty good price for it. But they're known for it. It's quality versus quantity. Okay? I want to live a Ruth's Chris kind of life. Okay? Where I focus on being excellent. Okay? So if you want to hustle with health, you got to live a life of excellence. Martin Luther King Jr. said this. Listen to this quote from him. He said, "If it falls to your lot to be a street sweeper, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music, like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, 'Here lived a great sweet sweeper who swept his job well.'" Whatever you're doing, do it well. Do it with excellence. How do you do that? And let me just give you some more practical suggestions. I mean, just do things before you're asked. Take initiative to get something done. Go home today and before your mom gets home, clean up the house. It will totally freak her out. Okay? Do things before you're asked. Take the initiative. Turn things in early. Turn in your paper that's due. Turn it a day early. Have the school nurse handy. Your teacher may pass out. Okay? But just do things with excellence. Be enjoyable to be around. Have a good attitude. Spend more time doing than complaining. Be excellent. Sweat the small stuff. Now, years ago, I don't know if there's even still around, but years ago there was a whole little set of books that went around that said, "Don't sweat the small stuff." And I think I get what they were saying in those books, but I think as leaders we do have to be mindful of the small stuff. The little things matter. Go the extra mile. Go the extra inch. If you don't think little things matter, spend the night in a room with a mosquito. Okay? Little things can make a very big difference. And students, I'm telling you, if you will do that, if you will go above and beyond, if you will live with excellence, then you will not only rise head and shoulders above your peers, but you will rise head and shoulders above everybody, because that's the stuff that people remember. That's the stuff that people remember. And I think too, I just kind of for a minute want to say this, I think sometimes hustling gets a bad rap because I feel like that people think that you have to kill yourself to hustle and to be excellent. So let me just kind of chase a rabbit here for a minute. Let me just chase a rabbit here. I guess I can, I have the mic, so let me get on this trail for a minute. I don't think that you have to overwork and hurt yourself when it comes to your health to hustle. Okay, I think that there's a misconception that people who hustle never sleep, they work nonstop, they're always tired, they're sleep deprived. First of all, I think that's missing the point. I don't think it's about how much time you sleep. I think it's about what you do in the time you're awake. It's about in the time that you're awake, are you squeezing all the energy out of that time? Statistics tell us that students and adults are burning out at alarming rates. I used to think that I was burning out because of the stuff that I was doing, and then I really learned that you really burn out because of the stuff you're not doing. And I used to kind of think that taking time to rest and to recuperate was kind of for weak people. I don't think that anymore. I don't think that rest and slowness are for weak people. I think they're for smart people who like to hustle with health. I think it's okay to rest. I used to feel guilty about rest. I think that especially when I was in full-time ministry, felt a little guilty about resting. But here's what I've come to understand. The people around me, whether it's my students or my friends or my family, deserve to have a me that's healthy. And if that means I need to shut down for a little while, then that's what I need to do. And now I don't feel guilty when I rest on the weekends because I'm crushing it Monday through Friday. And if you're crushing it when you're awake, then you can feel good when you're asleep. Okay? So I think it's important that we, as we talk about hustling with health, we realize that we've got to take care of ourselves. Okay? Self-care, taking care of yourself, self-care is not selfish. It's strategic. And we've got to do that if we're going to hustle with health, if we're going to be excellent. So number one, healthy hustle is not about being busy, but about being better. Number two, healthy hustle is not about doing everything, but doing something. Number three, it's not about achieving quantity, but achieving quality. Here's the last one. Number four, healthy hustle is not about engaging in competition, but in cooperation. It's not about competition, but cooperation. Here's the deal, guys. You can't hustle all alone. You need other people if you're going to do it with health. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You see, humans don't function at our best in isolation. Self-made, this whole idea of being self-made is really a myth. You see, really, you're loco if you're solo. That's a good quote. Y'all should tweet that out. You're loco if you're solo. Okay, you've got to have other people. You've got to surround yourself with people who are going to remind you to be better and to hustle for your something with quality. You've got to have people who are going to encourage you to find your something and who are going to be excellent. This conference probably wouldn't have happened without my friends because I told you I was at first I wasn't going to do this, and then I had some friends say, no, you got to do it. We'll be there. We'll show up. And they're here today because I had people encouraging me. Guys, I think it's impossible for you to live the right hustle with the wrong friends. And for some of you in the room, the difference between having a healthy hustle and an unhealthy hustle, the difference between where you are right now and where you could be is simply a relationship. So you've got to figure out who is in your life that's helping you and who is in your life that's harming you. And not only do you need other people, but other people need you. Listen, guys, if your hustle, your talent, your gifts, your something is all about you, it's kind of a sad place. If you want to live a meaningful life, then it can't be all about you. Hear me out, students. I want you to graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, get a good job, make a lot of money. But more than making a living, I really want you to make a life. And you can't make a life if it's all about you. You've got to go beyond this idea of success to significance, and that only happens when you use your hustle to help others. Students, do not hoard your hustle. Don't be stingy with your something. Don't be greedy with the gifts that you have. Figure out a way to use them to help others. That's one reason why Session 3 today is a community expo. We've got over 30 nonprofits who will be here later on in our gym to help you find ways to actually take action. Now listen, don't get crazy. Don't try to go over there and think you're going to volunteer with all 30-something organizations. Find one or two that connect with you and your passions, and then find a way to do something. Guys, there are real problems in the world who need our hustle. They need our hustle and not just our hashtags. I'm all for hashtags. I love hashtags, but I think sometimes our society thinks that posting a hashtag makes us Dr. King or Rosa Parks or something. Okay? We've got to actually do something. Okay? So figure out what that is and use your time, use your talent, use your resources to actually make a difference. It's very important to me today that this conference isn't all talk. Our goal today is to ignite enthusiasm, inspire action. I don't know about you, but I've been to events like this, or conferences, camps, events, and then I go home and I thought that was kind of fun, but I don't really know what to do. So we're going to give you some practical things that you can do today. The Community Expo is one way that we can help you do that. We've already challenged you to kind of hustle by helping on your way in. I know a lot of you today brought in goods to help homeless students in our area. Thank you so much for doing that. We're going to give you another opportunity today as well. We're actually going to send you home. This is not in your book yet. You'll get it a little later. We're going to send you home with this little workbook. This is just going to kind of help you put meat to the bones of kind of some of the stuff that we talked here today. Teachers, it's going to be your lesson plan tomorrow. You're welcome. You can just take that in your classroom. But it's going to be a way, because we don't want today to end at 12 o'clock. We want it to keep going long, long beyond today. As I was thinking about this whole idea of hustle, I had this movie that I've been obsessed with. Anybody seen The Greatest Showman? Okay, I love the movie The Greatest Showman. I'm a little obsessed with the soundtrack. I'm a sucker for a movie musical. Okay? I love musicals. I love a movie with a message, and this has a lot of good messages. It's based on the true story of P.T. Barnum and how he created, the circus. But I think for me, really beyond all that, what I found most interesting about this movie, The Greatest Showman, is the story of how the movie was made. Hugh Jackman, some of you may know that the actor Hugh Jackman, he starred in X-Men, Wolverine, all that. He worked for 7 years to get this project made. It's been called his passion project. And one day he finally got this big break. He was going to have some big wigs from 20th Century Fox come to New York and listen to an elaborate read-through of the script and the music. And this was going to be his big shot. This is when the studio executives would let him know whether or not he was going to get permission to make this movie. Remember, he'd been working for 7 years on this movie. I mean, it had become his passion. It was his something. It was his Calcutta for the stage of his life. So it was really heartbreaking when the day before he had to have a skin cancer removed from his nose. And he was told, the good news was that the skin cancer was gone, everything was fine, but the bad news is that his doctor said, look, you cannot sing. If you sing, you may bust open your stitches, you may get an infection, you cannot sing. And remember, all these people were flying into New York to hear him sing. So they got a Broadway actor to come in and sing Hugh Jackman's lines, and he just kind of stood there, miming throughout the day, and man, by the end of the day, it was killing him. He had gotten through all the other songs, so it got to the very last song, a song called From Now On. And he just couldn't hold it anymore, because this was his hustle, this is his something. This is his Calcutta. This was all he had been thinking about. This was his passion. So even though he stood there through all the other songs, when it got to this one, he couldn't wait. And here's what happened. Watch this video. getting better. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing your something. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's not about competition, it's about cooperation. I don't know what your hustle has looked like before today. I don't think that really even matters. I think the question is, what are you going to do from now on? There's a line in the song that says, "What's waited till tomorrow starts tonight," our pace today. So from today, from now on, let's hustle with health. Thank you guys very much.